Excuse me? Is this thing on? Stop the presses. Hold the phone. It's time to step up to the mic. Here's what's going on in your community.
Well, hello, boys and girls. It's time for another Humans in Tune episode. Darren Bergfeld in the air chair with you, hanging out in the wonderful world of the 93.9 Mike FM studio. Glad you came along. Gonna have an adventure today with, I have a new friend. I'm gonna call her my new friend. Now she's like, okay, not awkward at all. Kate Appleman is in the studio, everybody. Give Kate some love. Clap, clap, applaud, applaud, applaud. Kate, welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you. You are the lead coordinator now in the second year for SEMO's Greek Week Blood Drive. We're going to talk about the blood drive today. We're going to talk about kind of your involvement in it and your involvement with the American Red Cross. You guys know that we're always pushing you to donate blood. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you to get signed up. The Greek Week Blood Drive is next week, starts on Sunday, and it runs through Wednesday from 11 to 6. It's the 27th through the 30th. And it's so important. Your blood drive, your blood donation can save up to 3 lives. If you use the blood donor app like I do, it's extra cool because it tracks it and you can find out where your blood went. And you can be like, I saved somebody in Illinois or, whatever the case might be. But the blood drive is next week. We want you to get signed up for appointments. There's links scrolling down here below. You can sign up for your appointment at redcrossblood.org. Use SEMO Greek Week for the code word in the search field, or you can punch in 63701 and find it that way too. But get signed up for those appointments, because you guys got some pretty lofty goals as far as what you want to get for units of blood this year. 975 units?
Yes.
Somewhere around in there?
975. Last year we got 1,011, so I'd love to beat that, but the goal right now is at 975.
Awesome. And I think you guys will exceed that goal. The biggest thing is just getting your appointment made, right? You can't bleed if you don't show up, so make your appointment. The nice thing about doing it online is you can schedule the appointment, take care of your paperwork, set up that fast pass so you can roll in to donate and go blip, blip, answer a few questions, and get it done quick.
Yes, it gets your process done a lot faster. You do your fast pass the day of your appointment, and then you are in and out within about an hour, hopefully, depending on the walk-ins.
And, everybody that's working, the volunteers with the Red Cross, the employees with the Red Cross, everybody there is professional, it's safe, it's secure. Your blood will be tested for COVID-19 antibodies as well. That's just a part of the protocol for any of the blood donations right now. That's not like an active, I've got COVID today test. That's, have you had it? Then they'll know by your antibodies in the blood. Some incentive, if you need it, additional incentive to get you out and donating for this year's SEMO Greek Week Blood Drive. There's some food incentives, which we'll talk about in a second. Right off the bat, if you make a donation during the SEMO Greek Week Blood Drive next week, you get a $10 gift certificate in your email from Fanatics. So you go to fanatics.com, buy yourself a new Cardinals hat, get $10 off. Biggity bam, all for the goodness of donating that blood. You also get entered in to a drawing to win a trip to the 2022 MLB All-Star Game. So that's pretty cool. So there's just bonus incentives to get you to donate. But here locally, we want you to fill up those chairs and fill up the bags and make donations. It's interesting statistically when we look at donations for blood, like something like, what is it? 35% of us are eligible to donate. It may even be higher than that. I know it's a pretty good chunk of us are actually eligible today to go donate blood, but only about 2 or 3% of people do.
Yeah, only 2 to 3% of people actually donate blood, and 97% of people actually need blood at one point in life, or blood like products. So those numbers do not add up.
Right, exactly. And so that's why, we're at a national blood crisis level. The blood is needed not just here locally, but all around the country. And your blood, again, is going to go to help people in a variety of situations, a myriad reasons. It's somebody had trouble in a pregnancy, or somebody's having an elective surgery, somebody has an emergency surgery, car wreck, cancer treatments. I mean, the medical reasons go on for weeks, and they're constant. So the need for blood is also constant. So we encourage you to make that appointment. The blood donations are going to be done at the Student Rec Center?
Yes, it's at the Student Rec Center, like we said, from March 27th through the 30th. We'll be there from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. all 4 days.
Right on. And make your appointment again at redcrossblood.org. So talking a little bit about the food incentives, again, some of us like that a little more than some of the other incentives. You mentioned that Texas Roadhouse is going to be bringing in rolls.
Yeah, on Monday, Texas Roadhouse will be providing us with 300 rolls. So the first 300 people will get a Texas Roadhouse roll for their snack at the end. And we also have our little gift cards. So we get a little gift receipt for every person that donates that will get a free appetizer at Texas Roadhouse. I believe it's blooming onions.
Yeah, free blooming onions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so free food right off the bat there. And I know you're working on some other partnerships as well to provide some bonus snacks. But, of course, you know, they want to make sure that you're safely able to leave the blood drive. So you'll get some snacks. They usually have some Oreos and Cheez-Its and things like that, too, and some drinks to keep you, you know, feeling if you're the kind – I'm a bleeder. It does not bother me a bit. I can jump up off the table and go run laps. But some people, you know, they get faint afterwards and stuff. So they want to take good care of you, make sure you're, you know, taken care of.
Yeah, we did pretty well last year. Only 2 people actually got a little bit too sick, but other than that, everybody else was fine out of the 1,011 units that we received. And
that's awesome. So. And I plan on seeing you guys beat that this year.
Me too.
Now, I mentioned off when we started that this is your second year as kind of the lead coordinator, team coordinator for the Greek Week Blood Drive. And you mentioned, too, that you're going to be helping out with Arkansas. Was it next week or the week after that? It's the week
after ours, yeah.
Yeah, so first week of April.
So they're having their first ever Greek Week blood drive down there. Only a certain amount of their Greeks are actually participating, but I've been helping them trying to figure out like a point system and trying to help them figure out how to get people to come and donate. They have a little bit lower goal since it is their first, but we were really excited to get this started since it's the first time they've ever done it, and we're hoping to continue this over time.
Yeah, I hope it's a big one for them. I hope somebody down there is like, whew, that was overwhelming, but we did a really good job. That's the response I want them to have. And you're not new to working with the Red Cross. Let's talk a little bit about how you first got involved with it and kind of where you've gone from there.
Yeah, so I joined the Red Cross in a little bit different sense when I was in high school. So I was in the National Honor Society, and during that time, we always helped with like coordinating about 2 blood drives every year. So that's where I helped with the canteen and helping get those blood drives situated. But then it wasn't until college that like my career with the American Red Cross exploded. I joined the Red Cross Club at SEMO, and that's when I was a member. There was only a few members at the time, but the next year they're like, hey, you're president. I'm like, oh, okay. I was a sophomore. I was like, okay, sounds great. I wasn't expecting that, but I'm super excited. So my goal for that year was just getting more people, more youth involved within the Red Cross Club so that we have more volunteers within our area, because that's one of the things that a lot of us struggle with, is trying to find people to help out. And then the year after that, so I've been president for 3 years, but the year after that, we focused more on actually getting more events done. So we helped with doing 23 blood drives. We did a lot of things with disaster relief and with anything in regards to helping with the veterans and service armed forces. But that was a really big year for us because that was our rookie year.
Right.
So we actually won.
Kind of a proving year.
Yeah, we actually won the Rookie Year Award for that year from our National Youth Involvement. So that was really cool. And then this past year, our biggest goal was just trying to keep that involvement going throughout COVID, because that's something that has changed. And so we're trying to get those students to continue with it. But that's kind of how I started. But then after that, I got more involved with blood program leading. So I help with coordinating blood drives throughout the area. And the SEMO Greek Week 1 is my biggest drive that I help out with. But I also help with the missing maps for Missouri and Arkansas region, and I am on the board of directors for the SEMO and Northeastern Arkansas chapter of the American Red Cross, where I serve as secretary. So
that's awesome. And yeah, get involved at an early age, and you can tell that you just had the drive, and you've had some great people around you to help keep things going. And yeah, through COVID, what a nightmare, right, for everybody. And we saw it from the outside of the SEMO perspective with the blood drives, getting those seats filled, and really for them being able to even hold the drives, because so many facilities were closing up shop. So all of a sudden, guess what? We can't have 20 beds set up at this conference center or this kind of thing. So that was a struggle too. Yeah, I'm glad we're hopefully getting over that hump, and then we're able to do those again.
Yeah, we're getting back to not canceling as many drives. There's still a lot of cancellations, a lot with weather this year, unfortunately. So we're just trying to catch up to back to where we were, because we did cancel this drive in a big Mizzou drive in 2020. So the 2021 year was the first year back for a lot of us.
Right. So. Well, we're guns blazing for this one, and I will bleed on one of those days. I don't know if I'm going to do the Texas Roadhouse roll day or if I'm going to wait and see what else is on the menu.
Yeah.
Your level, and this is something that came up since we scheduled this a couple weeks ago to come have Kate hang out here and do a little Humans in Tune segment. But last week on Friday, the day after St. Patrick's Day, the National Red Cross page posted a little blurb about you, and I kind of want to touch on that. I was going to pull it up and show it, but I don't want Facebook to zook me. So, but like Kate said, she started volunteering with the Red Cross when she was still in high school. Organized, this Red Cross Club, began organizing blood drives and making things happen. They posted, that you also coordinated video cards to send to veterans. Worked with some friends to produce those greeting cards and distribute those to serve in the armed forces. That's awesome.
Yes.
And like she mentioned, they've done 23 plus blood drives now at high schools and colleges, and she's helping in Arkansas. She's on the board here for the Red Cross. So, for you and as a youth, and balancing all that with college, mind you, she is a student, by the way. Before we even went on the air with you guys here, we were talking about volunteering, and it's something that I think we're both passionate about. Never really thinking about getting paid for it. So you're balancing schoolwork and volunteer time on top of volunteer time, and making that all happen. And you recognized with a Red Cross Youth Impact Award, and that's awesome. So,
Thank you.
I think it's cool that you're here with us today and that you're able to really take the lead of this. Every school needs somebody like you in that position to go gung-ho and dig in on it.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
And it's Greek week, so I assume you're involved with a Greek organization.
Yes, I'm in Alpha Delta Pi.
Okay, very good. I was not a social Greek in college. I was Phi Mu Alpha. I was a music geek. So
cool.
Yeah, we came and serenaded you guys, and then summarily ran out with our tails tucked because we're music geeks. That's what we do. But yeah, the blood drive again is next week. It is on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 11 to 6 at the rec center. So make your appointments. RedCrossBlood.org. Go SEMO Greek Week in the search field, and it'll pull up the days. Make your appointment. Do it ahead of time to save yourself the paperwork, and you can make a difference. And it's really one of the few things you can do and volunteer and make a huge difference and save lives and lay down the whole time you do it.
Yep. It's the quickest way to help save someone.
It is.
You don't have to go into a burning building. You just have to sit in a chair and let it come out.
Absolutely right. I appreciate you again coming in today. If somebody wants to get details on this, of course, you can go to 939mikefm.com. We've got something there on the website, but what's the best place to start to get more details?
The best way to start is to just go to Red Cross on your search bar and just type in there and see what other concerns you have. If you have something about like medications and you want to see that if you're able to donate, you can type in requirements for donating blood and just figure out if you are eligible from the get-go, because that's something that a lot of people don't know. And
and there's a lot of myths around that too.
Exactly.
I will say I was guilty of this too because I'm an ink guy. I like my tattoos, and a lot of times what I had heard going into things is like, oh, well, if you get a tattoo, you got to wait a whole year before you can donate blood. And there was a lot of this. And at the time, a friend who was involved with Red Cross, she told me, she goes, no, that's not the case anymore. They've relaxed some of the stringence around that, mainly because I didn't get my tattoo in some guy's trailer in the middle of the woods somewhere. It's things have tightened up. That industry has a lot more things to it. And it's not just the tattoo thing. Maybe you think, well, I can't give blood because I'm a medical marijuana user or something like that. All that is outlined there at the Red Cross website, redcrossblood.org. And there's an FAQ, there's eligibility FAQs. You can get all the details of that stuff. You'd be really surprised at how you're qualified, how easy it is for you to be qualified to donate blood. And depending on your type of blood, more types are needed than others. So whatever your type is, though, I can tell you right now, it's needed.
Yes.
It is the SEMO Greek Week Blood Drive. It is next week, Sunday through Wednesday, 11 to 6. You go to SEMO's website, you'll find a link there. You go to Facebook, you'll find it all over the place. You will find it. Make your appointment and join us in Bleeding for Good Things next week with the American Red Cross. My guest today has been Kate Appleman, lead coordinator with the SEMO Greek Week Blood Drive, and an amazing human. Kate, thanks so much for coming in.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. We will do another Humans in Tune segment this Wednesday. I encourage you to jump in and join me. We're going to be hanging out, talking about social media with the king of social media. Robert's going to be tuning in with me. You can catch more about that at 939mikefm.com and on our Facebook page. And we'll see you for that, Humans in Tune. In the meantime, go to redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Make your appointment to donate next week. And do good things, be nice humans, and I'll see you on the flip side.